Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers could reportedly have a deal done by tomorrow. He beat them in Super Bowl 45. He could be joining them soon. Is this a good move by the Steelers? Might be the only move.
I was just getting ready to say that. I'm not sure if they want to go back to Russell Wilson, but the only move for them to do at this point, even though the issues that Aaron Rodgers had when he was with the Jets, it didn't work out. Some of the things that he did away from the game that affected him, on the field. If there's a team or a place where we can go where you understand you have to change your ways because now you're on the back end where they don't need you. They don't need you. And you have to find a way, to get in good graces with the NFL in general, letting them know, okay, you know what? I don't have the leverage I used to have. Things are a little bit different now. The game is getting younger. I'm not the same 4-time All-Pro I used to be. I got to do things the right way because I'm almost out the door. Yeah. I have flashes of brilliance every so often. I'm up and down. This could be my last stop. Listen, you got George, you got George Pickens to work with. You got DK Metcalf to work with. I'm not sure what they can do.
Prior move.
Oh, you got
Prior move. Charles Austin III.
I'm not sure what they're going to do in the backfield. You need somebody to take that pressure off him so we don't have to do so much.
Because not to cut you off, it looks like Najee Harris is about to sign with the Chargers.
He's going to.
So is Jaylen Warren is a free agent too, is he? Or is he back? Because everybody feels that they can go get a back. Because a lot of times people feel like the college back, his most value is when he first come out. Because guess what, Ocho? He's coming out as a 21 or 22-year-old, and we get him for 3 to 4 years, and we ain't got to do nothing at least for 3 years. So we run the tread off the tires and then punt the ball, let somebody else get him. So we feel we've got the best out of him. That's how they think.
I hate that.
He's a restricted kid.
I don't like the fact that the running back position still, if you look at the numbers that some of the running backs have gotten today, is not valued the way it should be, unless you are special. And you can look at it. So I don't want to say any names because to me it's somewhat disrespectful, to some of the deals that they have to sign 1-year deal.
Yeah, they did. But the running back had a resurgence last year, Ocho. I mean, look, I ain't talking about, but you talk about the top 5 backs. Let's say you say Saquon, you take Derrick Henry, you take Josh Jacobs, McCaffrey. You take who else was in that? Jonathan Taylor. Yeah. Who else was in that group?
That's your top 5 right there.
Okay, yeah.
Like it's like them, and then there's a huge drop off, like off the cliff.
Right.
Like what, man? What the hell? No, that's crazy. Look. I'm looking at some of the numbers. and like it is the NFL. It's still good money, but for the position and what you have to go through, the wear and tear, the pounding, pause. I'm like, golly.
Najee signed with the Rams? I thought he was going to the Chargers. I thought he was looking at the Chargers. Somebody talking about he just signed with the Rams 1 year.
Who? I saw that earlier before I even got here. I saw that on Twitter.
He signed with the Chargers, right? 1 year? Okay. 1 year, 9.25, okay. They just got they had the number right, but they had the wrong team. I look, think about it, Ocho. Look about how many quarterbacks moved, and they're one of the last ones to move is a 4-time league MVP, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That should tell him everything he needs to know. If this is not a wake-up call for Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what is.
Yeah. It would scare me, honestly. It would scare me. It would scare me to the point where I'm walking on eggshells, where an NFL in which I dominated for a very long time and I've had leverage for a very long time, I no longer have that leverage. They no longer need me right now. The fact that I had opportunity in New York and didn't get it done and they actually let me go. I've never been on the losing side of things in that manner. You know what? We're gonna show you
No.
the door. We good. Shoot, man, please.
This episode of Nightcap is brought to you by Colaguard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening test. Did you know colon cancer is considered one of the most preventable yet least prevented cancers? When caught in the early stages, colon cancer has a survival rate of 90%. So screening and early detections are key to reducing overall colon cancer deaths. That's why the American Cancer Society recommends that if you're at average risk, you begin screening for colon cancer at age 45. And a convenient way to do that is with Colaguard test. The Colaguard test allows you to be in control of your colon cancer screening through prescription-based tests delivered to your door with none of the prep that's required for a colonoscopy. No liquid prep, no days off, no invasive procedures. Plus, Colaguard test is affordable. Most insured patients pay $0, and a follow-up colonoscopy is needed after a positive Colaguard test. This is usually covered by insurance also. So if you're 45 years of older and at average risk, you can ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Colaguard test. You can also request a Colaguard prescription today at Colaguard.com/podcast. The Colaguard test is intended to screen adults 45 and older at average risk for colorectal cancer. Do not use Colaguard test if you have had adenemas, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colorectal cancer. The Colaguard test is not a replacement for colonoscopies. High-risk patients' Colaguard test in adults 45 to 49 is estimated based on a large clinical study of patients 50 and older. False positives and false negatives can occur. Colaguard is available by prescription only. The Raiders say, hey, we'll trade for Geno. Seattle says, nah, we want Sam Darnold. Remember I told you, Ocho? I say I like a deal for Sam Darnold like what Baker Mayfield got. I'm not finna give him no $45, $50 million. About $33 million. Baker has played really well. Next year, Baker probably, if he plays well like he played last year, they're gonna tear that deal up and he's gonna probably get $45, $50 million. Baker has played unbelievable. And Chris Godwin turned down more money to stay. He turned down, he had an opportunity to go to the Patriots if I read it correctly, but he took less money to stay in Tampa. Play alongside Mike Evans and have Baker Mayfield as his quarterback. Got no problem with that. But this like you said, Ocho, this absolutely should be a wake-up call for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Because your resume, you didn't do that resume in Pittsburgh. You didn't do that resume X, Y, and Z. What you did in Green Bay, they'll forever remember you. But I need you to do some of that for what you did in Green Bay. I need you to do some of that here. And
he had everything he needed. They gave him everything he needed. They gave him everything he wanted. And he didn't get it done. He did not. I think if he wanted Randall Cobb.
He got it. He wanted Alan Lazard. He got it. He wanted Tay Adams. He got it. He wanted his offensive coordinator. He got it. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett owe a lot to Aaron Rodgers because he snaked the Broncos, pretend like he was interested, knowing he wasn't going, got Nathaniel Hackett that job.
That's crazy.
And then he's like, you know what? I want Nathaniel Hackett, knowing good and well.
Now understand, but look at the power and the leverage as a quarterback that a quarterback has, especially with a quarterback with the accolades and the resume that he has. There's some of the things that he can pull off. Come to an organization and they give you the keys. They gave you everything. Not only did they give you everything, but look how you acted when it was time for minicamp. When it was time to be a leader of men. The one person that the players are supposed to be able to look up to and actually count on, you are completely different. You do things your own way, not like the Tom Brady's, the Peyton Mannings, or the Drew Breeses. But you do it your own way. Now you get another shot in Pittsburgh. And I would think the best thing for you to do, I mean, who am I to tell somebody on how to conduct themselves when they come to playing the game of football when I was an ass clown myself?
Look, you be asshole, but I'm saying, Ocho, when you go to a new team, you show up for mini camps, no TAs, because you try to ingratiate yourself into that team structure. Because what you did where you came from has no bearing on what you're going to do here. That was my approach when I went to Baltimore. I understood what I had accomplished in Denver. But how was that going to help me in Baltimore? John wasn't throwing me the ball. I wasn't in Mile High. And so now I got to show people, okay, this is how the guy that came here, this is how I became who I became. The way you practice, the way you do things, the attentiveness that you show. I didn't think I was, because I had Super Bowl rings and I was an all-pro, yada, yada, yada. I didn't go in there thinking I was better than them. I went in there, I humbled myself. Hey, I need to be at OTAs. Here I am. The only thing I did say, they used to have a test, Ocho, the conditioning test. You had to run on the treadmill.
How you did?
Man, I told Friday. You remember Friday? Friday was y'all. You all had Chip and Friday too, but the roles were reversed. Friday was the head. Chip was the assistant. In Cincinnati, Chip was the head. Friday was the assistant.
Mm.
Man, they got on the thing, and you start off at like 8. You run on that for 2 minutes, and they go to 9, 8.5. But you got to be up to like 20 minutes. And I'm looking at everybody, and I'm thinking to myself, is this a new form of football? Because we ain't going to be playing on no treadmill. I said, Friday, I'll be back. I went right upstairs to see Brian. I said, bro, what the treadmill got to do with working out? He said, what's wrong? I said, bro, I run on the grass. I run on the ground. I play football on the ground. I said, bro, I can't do that. He's like, all right, don't worry about it. I say, hey, I came right back down. I said, I talked to Brian.
You ain't doing it?
That's a wrap for me.
I like stuff like that. I like stuff like gases, conditioning tests, stuff that actually has no bearing.
I like actually running, Ocho. I like actually running. And I had just got off a hamstring injury. I had just got off a hamstring injury. I said, nah.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
No, hell no. But let me ask you this, Ocho. How do you think the pairing is going to be with Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin?
It's going to be good. Listen, one thing about it, I guarantee you, any player, no matter who you are, no matter what you've done in the NFL, they have respect for their young bull out there. I'm talking about young bull. They have respect for Mike Tomlin. All of them, including Aaron, walking in that building, going to play for that historic franchise, for a coach that's been consistently good. I mean, not where they should be, but he's been consistently good and always winning year in and year out. You coming in, with respect. I'm sure. And I'm sure Mike Tomlin's going to give him that same respect based on who he is and what he's done. But again, like you said, it holds no weight and has no bearing on what you've done so far. You got to update. You got to update your resume every year, huh?
You do. You absolutely do, and that's what I love about sports. This ain't hey, bro, you got to update your resume every game. Right. This is a game to game. Now you get an opportunity to do it. Because this ain't like no regular job, Ocho, where we have a year in review. Now we review your stuff every week, bro. I can't wait till the end of the year to make a decision. I might need to get you up out of here after week 5, after week 6, after week 10. I can't be afraid to make change.
Right.
The only constant you'll ever have in life is change. Whether you choose to adapt and evolve and change with it, but change is the only thing that's constant. Hopefully, I hope Aaron understands that. Yes, your career in Green Bay was sensational. I mean, some people might have think you, based on who you are, your body of work, those MVPs, the consistency, the touchdown to interception ratio. Some people might say, "But damn, Aaron, you left some out there." Losing to Jimmy Garoppolo twice. Russell Wilson in his third year.
I remember that.
You lost to who else? Lost to Tom. You wanted home field. You said, I want the road to the Super Bowl to lead through Green Bay. And I'd be damned if you ain't let Tom, his first year in Tampa, come there and put puts in you.
Yeah. Woo!
4 MVPs, you got to get to at least 2 to 3 Super Bowls, Ocho. I ain't saying you got to get to at least 2 to 3. With 4 MVPs, Ocho? 4? 4. Manning has the most. He had 5. Manning went to 3 Super Bowls. I think Montana has 2 MVPs. Montana went to 4 Super Bowls. Brett Favre went to 2. Elway got 1 MVP. He went to 5. With 4 MVPs, you got to be at least 2 Super Bowls. You got to. And don't and he ain't like he ain't have no weapons, Ocho. Jordan Nelson and Greg Jennings and Donald Driver, Jermichael Finley. He's always. So it's gonna be it's very interesting to see. It's gonna be it was difficult seeing him in a Jets uniform because Ocho, you get so accustomed to seeing a guy in a said uniform. I mean, it's like, damn. I mean, now you'll probably see him in a different uniform. Maybe the Steelers. It seems like, but who had said that? Schefter? That a deal
makes sense.
It's being reported. Schefter didn't report it. It's Pro Football Talk saying it could be a deal to see Aaron Rodgers in a different uniform.
Yeah. They
Mike Florio?
listen. They need it though. They need it, even though it's not Aaron Rodgers of old, but the fact that if we can get him somewhere just close to being a little consistent, we'll be all right. Because look, we got to deal with already in our division. Yeah, we ain't see. You know who else got to make another splash? The Cleveland Browns. There is no way to compete in the AFC North unless you have a quarterback. Because defense ain't gonna get it done. You're not gonna dominate on defense. That can't be your identity. Not going against Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Now Aaron Rodgers being in Pittsburgh, the Cleveland Browns are gonna have to make a splash. I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know who they're gonna get, but they don't have a choice but to make a splash because you can't rely on your defense to be able to stop these teams.
No, because here's the thing: you got to score. The NFL's about scoring. That's why they instituted the rules because they like scoring. We like scoring, Ocho. Baseball, they like to see the ball go over the fence. Basketball, they like to see 127, 140, 127. They like 145 to 143. That's what we like. We've always liked scoring. Mm-hmm. Baseball, I mean, maybe you get a purist and he wants to see a 2-1 basketball game. Mm-hmm. I mean, excuse me, a 2-1 baseball game.
Right.
Or in soccer, but no, Ocho, I don't want to see that. Excuse me, in hockey. No, bro, I want to make it 6-5. Baseball, make it 10-11. Not what I want to see. All that other stuff, I don't care about that. It's being reported the Steelers are also signing Darius Slay. Ocho, you like that move?
Slay is going there. Boy, boy, listen. I'm a Bengal at heart, right? The chat, y'all stay with me real quick now. Darius Slay is well capable of still being an elite corner in this NFL. If you watched him play last year, if you've seen some of the clips that I saw, they still got it.
Well, guess what? It's gonna be put to the test because if Cincinnati bring back T. Higgins, you got to deal with T. Higgins and he got to deal with Chase. He got to deal with Bateman and he got to deal with the other Zay Flowers.
It's a good thing. I like it. The pairing. It's a nice pair now. Might be two of the best pairings outside of Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins. I like Nate Wiggins too. He a little on the slim side, but he's nice. Joey Porter, Darius Slay, I like that. I really like that. And I'm telling you, Chad, Slay still like that. But again, you know how it go. Age, a numbers game. You know, them not feeling.
Well, he gets to stay in Pennsylvania. He just got to move up a little.
Yeah, it ain't too bad. It ain't too bad.
Nah. What's the numbers on Slay? Do we get the numbers? With 1 year deal, 2 year deal?
I thought it was 2 when I saw it. I thought it was. Goddamn Slay boy. Hey, Slay be out there like me.
Oh, you're right. Peyton Manning went to 4 Super Bowls, Ocho.
Hey, Slay be out there like I do, boy. When I used to play corner, boy.
Nah, you can't play no corner.
Hey, Unc. Hey, Unc, I used to stab, read, break. Man. Boy, I was the real deal, boy.